At this hour, Israeli ground forces are inside Gaza, having entered the area from the north overnight. Not the major ground offensive that is still expected, but a serious expansion of operations. For his reaction, we're going to bring in Missouri Republican Congressman and member of the House Armed Services Committee, Mark Alford. Congressman, thank you so much for making the time for us today. So the war is intensifying. It is expected to get even more intense. Tell us from your perspective on the Armed Services Committee what we need to do to not only send a message to Hamas, but also Iran as the war escalates here.
Look, 3 weeks ago, the world changed when Islamic terrorists invaded Israel and butchered a lot of people. We've got to continue to clear a clear, strong signal that we are 100% behind Israel. I know that the president has done some things, sending aircraft carriers over there and other assets to make sure that they see that we have their back. But we've got to continue to not doubt them, let them go into Gaza, and let them eradicate Hamas once and for all.
National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby was asked this week how the president was balancing America's foreign policy challenges, and there are many of them. Here's the grade Mr. Kirby said he'd give Biden for his performance. Watch.
He's balancing it well. He's doing it. I mean, if you want to give him a report card, A+. I mean, he's commander-in-chief. That never stops, and the duties and responsibilities are literally global. I mean, we are one nation that has truly global responsibilities, and he's managing it all.
Congressman, there are 400 Americans that are trapped in Gaza. U.S. bases are under attack. We've had a couple of dozen injuries of U.S. servicemen and contractors. And mixed signals from this administration have been sent to Israel. What grade would you give the president thus far as he manages this conflict?
I would give the president a C. I think he should have come out a lot sooner from the Oval Office declaring our unconditional and unwavering support for Israel, and that Hamas is the bad guy in all of this. To try to somehow equivocate the Palestinian people with the Israeli people and the Palestinian plight. Look, we know there's going to be casualties on the Palestinian sides. That is why I think the Israeli Defense Forces have given them time to leave Palestine, or at least to go to the southern portion of Palestine, where they can come in through the northern end and start cleaning out the tunnels, trying to rescue as many hostages as possible. But to somehow equivocate the plight of the Palestinian people with that of the Israeli people is just plain wrong.
Shifting gears, we're with you, sir. The House Republican Conference finally ended their 3-week leadership standoff, electing Louisiana Congressman Mike Johnson to serve as House Speaker this week. Here's what Johnson had to say about his legislative vision.
The world is in turmoil, but a strong America is good for the entire world. We must come together and address the broken border. We have to do it. We have to bring relief to the American people by reining in federal spending and bringing down inflation. Let the enemies of freedom around the world hear us loud and clear. The People's House is back in business.
Now, he's not the biggest elephant in the room, though. Johnson's election comes at a time confidence in Congress is at an all-time low, and this budget deadline is just weeks away. You got to get to 60 votes in the Senate to fund the government. How does Speaker Johnson keep this conference together? How does he do that?
Well, look, it's going to be tricky. You know that Kevin McCarthy was basically fired by the 8 of our conference and the rest of the Democrats because he wanted a continuing resolution. We got that. Our deadline is November 17th. So these are kind of tricky waters to wade through. I know our new speaker is able to do that. He has the deftness, the care, the understanding, the listening, that I think he's going to be able to move all sides to this. The problem that we're looking at now, Tom, is that the Senate is intent, I think, on jamming us up right before Christmas with an omnibus bill. We can't have it. So the solutions to go to a short-term CR right before Christmas, that is not a good idea. The only viable, I think, option is to extend the CR to April, have these 1% automatic cuts kick in January. That is going to put immense pressure on us to get our job done.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. We'd love to have you back, though, Missouri Congressman Mark Alford. Thank you so much.